So while American men in power are bitching about the low birth rate, Deloitte has just announced, and apparently Zoom, that they are rolling back on parental leave and other benefits like time off, support for adoption, surrogacy, etc. Something I want to highlight to Americans as someone who travels a lot is that this is being applied to some U.S. staff. This is not a global rollout, and I just want you to keep that in mind when you are told that regulations and labor rights and time off and parental leave are things that would absolutely destroy the country because the rich would move abroad and nothing would ever happen. Deloitte, I don't know about Zoom off the top of my head. I know more about Deloitte because I used to work there, and I had a positive mostly experience. I still have contacts there. It would probably be best advice to not point out the negative press, but I do what I want. So Deloitte has global offices. I know people in Germany who have worked for Deloitte, and the benefits versus salaries we have are very different. Yeah, I made way more of a salary, but they had way more benefits because to work in Germany, Deloitte had to abide by German employment laws. And so I just have to point out that irony of when you hear these things, remember there are people working elsewhere that are affected differently. And I'm thinking of this as someone who attended my group coaching last month, worked with a UK company that works in the US, and she was frustrated that she was like, yeah, I don't have the same benefits as UK people because I'm not in the UK. And so like, it's not really about company values then, is it? It's about the laws. Yes, that's usually what it is. Employers, I understand, and the rationale behind this is what they're saying in this article with Fast Company is it's better than layoffs. We need to save money with how tariffs have impacted, how federal contracts have been impacted, how much money they've spent on AI. This is better than layoffs, and there are trade-offs. You have to make tough calls. And when things happen, like that's what people didn't understand with Doge was a lot of private companies get huge federal contracts, and that employed a lot of people in the private sector as well. So the whole if you're good you'll get a private sector job didn't really apply. Similar to the AT&T lawsuit over RTO negatively impacting some groups over others, this is also where they're trimming going to disproportionately impact women, particularly women who are first generation professionals who do not have nannies, who have moved from where they are where there was less opportunity, probably a more rural area or in the Rust Belt, maybe aren't close to their family to help with childcare. These are all things that are going to have collateral damage. And I just want us all to remember this when we hear people blaming women for not having children.